About 30 yards back, he had a blowout. You could see the skid marks, and that's when he began to roll. He hit 1, 2, 3 times into the ditch, back up, and right behind me, he landed upside down. And while there are lots of people jumping in their cars to head out of town this weekend, there are just as many others who want to stay home and celebrate. And this windy Monday morning was filled with anticipation. Right behind those walls, sentencing was tense, and all it takes is that first step. The first step towards a brighter future. They say the best way to prevent the H1N1, commonly known as swine flu, is to wash your hands. Right here on the net via email was a scam. Sound familiar? Well, this happened to us today, and instead of believing it, we decided to investigate. A story you saw first right here on News 41. Strong allegations were brought up by residents of the Willow Creek Golf Course community after what they claim was raw sewage being pumped into the ponds on the property. This is what we have: brown, murky water, dead fish, and animals swimming in polluted water.
Time and time again, they've been caught putting in what appeared to be raw sewage, raw effluent, water that's brown with chunks in it.
There's lumps coming out of there. You can call them whatever you want, but I've witnessed lumps coming out of the big pipe.
I think it's disgusting what we're having to deal with and live around.
Along with the environment, these are the people affected. They all live on Willow Creek Golf Course and say that they're the ones that have to deal with the health hazard and stench on a daily basis.
They have for the last 2 to 3 years been pumping on a near nightly basis 500,000 gallons or more, as I'm told, of untreated human sewage.
Residents of the Willow Creek community filed a class action lawsuit against Utilities, Inc., so we went to talk to them today.
The reports of what's in the ponds have been fairly severe. By permit, they have to put up signs, don't get in the water, this is reuse. But what's going on at the plant is we're in compliance and there is no health threat whatsoever.
And this is what people are so upset about. It's dirty, it smells, and even though there are signs posted, they still see children playing in it.
And when I see the little kids out here swimming in the pond, and you can't always be monitoring it, you can put up signs and you can try to tell them. And
as soon as the effluent or the treated water leaves the plant, it is no longer under our control and no longer our responsibility.
So for now, Utilities, Inc. is claiming their water is up to code and it will continue to flow into the ponds on Willow Creek Golf Course. As for the residents, they say they're still pushing forward with their class action lawsuit. For News 41, I'm Ariel Gove. Do you want to say anything to the people if they're watching that broke into your box?
I hope they catch you, period.
George Gingell wants the criminals responsible caught. For the second time in 2 weeks, George was one of a number of people who had their mail stolen from this post office on Kellogg Road.
The reason I had the box was I figured it was secure.
What you see in front of you is 3 patrons of this post office, 2 of them victims of mail theft. The man with the white collared shirt told me he had his VA meds stolen from his P.O. box. Here's the video, row after row of mailboxes pried open.
I really believe that it is a responsibility of the Postal Service, and maybe they should have cameras in here.
I don't know what the answer to it is, but I hope they find some answer.
You want answers? Here we go. I took their concerns to the local postmaster. Do you know some of those possibilities?
Well, one of the possibilities, the perimeter of the facility is currently fenced. We haven't used the option of locking the gates yet, but that could be one of the possibilities we'll have to look at in the future.
Post office officials tell me that this door used to be locked at night, but because of so many customer complaints, it's now open 24/7. Should people feel safe leaving their mail there, basically?
Definitely, but I still wouldn't recommend leaving it for any great length of time. If you're here, treat it as if it's your mailbox on the street or on the front of your house, and pick up your mail regularly.
But folks like George Gingell, they want immediate justice.
The dummies that did it don't realize that it's a federal crime. And hopefully if they catch them, I hope they make an example of them.
The good news is the Nye County Sheriff's Office, along with federal post office officials, are on the case. A distressed mother is speaking out against the Nye County School District, making allegations that racist remarks were said to her 12-year-old daughter by some staff at Rosemary Clark Middle School.
I hope and I pray that nobody else, family or child, have to undergo this pain and this hurt that me and my daughter and my family is undergoing right now.
Tabitha Eberhardt is upset about the way her daughter claims she's being treated by the staff at Rosemary Clark Middle School.
I feel that My daughter has been racially discriminated against.
Here's what 12-year-old Charlia has to say.
They told me to go back to Africa and stuff, and that I should just go back where I came from.
Talk to me about that. That happened in the library. What started this?
Because I checked out an African-American book.
So we went down to the Nye County School District and spoke with Superintendent Rob Roberts.
If it was found that a school or teacher had an issue with discrimination of a student, then appropriate contract language would be followed concerning that employee, and necessary actions would be taken in regards to progressive discipline.
He says that there's a process. First, a parent-teacher conference, then a meeting with the principal. And if the problem still persists, going down to the school district office to file a complaint.
She's not there to talk about what color she is or why she's here in America. She's there for education.
She says the real victim here is her daughter.
She's been crying behind this. She hasn't been able to sleep.
I feel sad for what they did to me.
So far, she says she's talked to the teacher and the principal, and still nothing has changed. Her next step would be to come down to the Nye County School District office and fill out one of these forms, because until she does, Superintendent Rob Roberts says nothing can change.
I just hope that that parent or any of the parents that feel that they're wronged in this way or that their student is infected, please come forward and let us get to the bottom of it so we can ensure that there's a positive learning experience for all the students.
And that's what Tabitha and her daughter want, but resolving the issue may mean something different to both sides. Now, we do want to say that as far as we've heard, these are the only allegations against certain staff members at Rosemary Clark Middle School, but Tabitha Eberhardt, convinced her daughter has been wronged, does plan on filing a lawsuit against the Nye County School District. We will stay with this story as it progresses and keep you updated as new information becomes available.